So, just to confirm, the prints I get from the architect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
You mean the drawings, right? Of the actual town.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get that from the architect.
Okay. But what am I getting from the civil engineer? What exactly he's giving me? Is it he giving me some kind of prints too?
Yeah, so he's gonna give you the site plan. So these two different things. The architect is gonna give you the prints of the actual structures, right? The civil engineer is gonna do the entire site plan. I'm talking about it's gonna have everything from the streets, roads, curbs, all of the underground plumbing, the water runoff, the dumpster if you got one, the retaining wall if you have one, all of the sidewalks. Like the site plan is going to include every single thing that's going to go into this development. And
Mm.
if if it's not on the site plan, it's not approved basically. So that's what the civil engineer is going to do. He's going to go in and make sure everything that is going to be in this development is on that site plan. And once he finalizes the site plan and it's approved by the city, you need to study that site plan so you can know everything that's going on the site plan.
Okay. Um, Now the specs. That's when the specs and the permits. Is that the builder?
Yeah, that's the general contractor. So the general contractor is going to be the one that's going to be pulling your permits.
Okay. And the specs is what? It's gonna be like the sample townhouses, right?
Yeah, so the specs is also going to be the general contractor. So once your architect designs the townhome, your general contractor, sometimes architects can help you with the takeoffs too, but your general contractor come in with the takeoffs to let you know, hey, this is how much we're going to need to frame one townhouse, or this is all the materials that go into this townhouse, and then they'll do a material takeoff. And when I say material takeoff, that just means like, what does that cost? Like to build a 3,000 square foot townhouse, he gonna say, hey, you're gonna need 50 2x4s, 50 2x10s. Like they gonna break it down everything you need so you can start ordering your materials.
Okay. So I saw something online talking about public works. What is that?
Public works. Public works. That gotta be like with the water company. What you mean you saw it online?
It's a part of the list of things that it says to look into.
But what did they say specifically about public works?
Okay, let me pull it up. Okay, so building, altering, improving, or repairing any public structure or building or other public improvements.
Repeat that.
Public first constructions means the building, altering, repairing, improving, or demolition of any public structure or building or other public improvements.
Okay, and so what are they asking you?
It's basically saying if I basically was saying like if I have to like demolish anything or like prepare soil for any kind of structure or something like that. Maybe it's not apply. It doesn't apply to this.
Yeah, because I mean, once you get your land disturbance permit, I mean, you're going through the permitting office. So I'm not sure what they was asking you right there, but if you have to demolish something, you're gonna have to get a permit anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, you will have to get a permit. Like it's called a LDP, land disturbance permit.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it's something already existing, you just get a demo permit to demolish it. Basically, letting the
Okay.
city what you're doing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. So And when it comes to city planning, a great area that I read on it is that it says 10 duplexes, but at the same time, it says due to the it says two. Where is it? Basically, it's not clear if I need to get approval for townhouses. It sounds like I do because it said due to unique design features. No, hold on. Where is it? What does it say it at? Uh, uh, I don't see it no more. It was here, but I know it says something about duplexes and single family, but I think there's conditions for townhouses.
Yeah, and what I would do as soon as we get off this, well, it's after 5 now, but tomorrow, first thing in the morning, first thing you should do is call the planning and zoning and ask them that specific question. I'm notorious for that. Anytime I don't know something, I'm getting on the phone, and if I can't get them to answer the phone, which is often because they don't like answering the phone, a lot of these folks working from home, BSing. If they don't answer my call, then I'm gonna email them and I'm gonna CC everybody in the company. So somebody go see it, and I'm gonna get heard. And that's what I like to tell y'all. Like when y'all get hung up, of course you can ask me anytime. But a lot of times, every municipality is different, and they got different verbiage, they got different zoning codes. So if you ever run into a roadblock, get on the phone first. If they don't answer, email them. If they don't respond in a reasonable time, I'm gonna email them again, referencing the first email, and I'm gonna CC everybody in the company.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's on if they got conflicting information, it's up to them to clear that.
Okay. All right. So I'm looking. All right. So I'll definitely call them in the morning.
Okay.
Is there what kind of designs do you think would be? I have a few that I like, but I don't know if it's what's in style, if it's something um because
I-
the area that I'm in, the area that I'm in is an upscale neighborhood, but everything was built in the 2000s. This would be the first community that's built in 2020 in the in our era this time.
Yeah. I would definitely talk to my architect and let him know the landscape. Like, hey, this is a high end area. Everything else was built in the 2000s. Now I want to come with something sleek. I want to come with something modern if that's what you want. I want to come with a craftsman style. Like when you're paying as architect, like unless you get them creative control, like sometimes I give my architect creative control and then I'll just come in with the changes. I'll get them a couple pointers. I get them a couple pointers to go off of. But I mean that's why I'm paying them. Like I'm not if I was an architect or if I was a designer, I wouldn't do that. So I give my architect creative control. I get them a couple different pointers. I send them a couple pictures of things I like, things to take from here and there, and then I'll come up with it, and then I'll come in with my corrections. So that's the next thing you need to do with your architect is let them know like, hey, this is a high end area. This is what I want. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm thinking. What can you come up with?
Okay. And how much should I look out for the how much they're going to charge me? Like for the civil engineer, the surveyor, and the architect. How much do you think they would cost each?
Well, everybody run their company different. So I'll say this. Um, for civil engineering, this current deal I got, I'm paying 32,000 civil engineering. For my architect, I'm paying 50,000. But I'm getting extra things though. So now I'm getting three models. I'm getting 9 different elevations. So I get 3 different elevations on each model. Um, and you know what I'll do? I'll drop I'll drop my actual contract in the thing so y'all can kind of see it. So yeah, I'm paying 50,000 for my architecturals. Um, but for me, it's worth it because I got 3 models, but I got 27 different designs in actuality because I got 9 different elevations. I got 3 different elevations of the model. You see what I'm saying? And then I can just keep reusing. And my plan is to just keep reusing those. Like after this, I won't need architect. As long as I keep doing this same, brand of development that I'm doing, I'll just keep using the same designs. So for me, in my thinking, it's a $50,000 one-time fee.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put 100K aside just for that.
Well, and that's another thing, Sheila. I'm glad you said that. I don't know about the people you're dealing with, but I'm paying per month. So for my civil engineer, it's a little different. He get paid as he passes them
Complete.
out. So
Okay.
once my site plan get approved, he'll send me another bill. Initially I think I had to pay 5,000 out the gate, and I hadn't had to pay them since. And that was 3 months ago because he hadn't got to the next milestone yet. The next milestone, I might have to pay him another 5. The next milestone, I probably have to pay him another 5. And that was their structure. I didn't negotiate that, so that kind of helped me out because I didn't have to fork it up front. It's kind of like you get paid as you perform. Same thing with my architect. It's 50,000, but I'm only paying $5,000 a month.
Okay, well that sounds better.
Yeah, it's less scary like that.
Okay. So, for infrastructure, is that something that's gonna cost millions, or is that something that's like 500 or like 1 million?
Yeah. See, that's so on 33 acres, you might be at a million. You know,
Okay.
um, because on 8.5 acres that I have on my pro forma, I think I have around two. No, I think I got around 350,000 on 8.5 acres. And then on South Park, I think our infrastructure was around 300,000 as well, some around there. So
Okay.
in these 33 acres, I mean, more pipe, they got to be ran. That's more everything. That's more material. That's more labor. It's going to take them longer. So, I mean, that could possibly be, up in the millions. But this is the thing. It's all guesstimation until your civil engineer creates the site plan, and then you can start getting quotes from general contractors of what it's going to cost. And you need
Okay.
some 10 of them as well.
Okay. So the land has an easement on it, but I noticed that the neighborhood next door, it also has an easement on it where there's like electrical poles on like 1 or 2 of the acres. Um,
You might want to look into that because there might be a setback where you can't build around a certain square footage around the those poles.
okay, so I need to call the city and ask them what is the setback limit or
Yeah,
amount?
if any, just I would definitely ask like, hey, we got these telephone poles, we got these telephone poles on the property. Is there a setback that I can't build around these electric poles?
Okay. But
Yeah,
that shouldn't be no more than a few thousand square feet, right? Like a few like
no,
10, 20
it
feet.
shouldn't be more than 25 feet.
Okay, well then that's not bad then.
Yeah, it depends. Let's hope it's not in the middle of the property, but I mean, I hadn't seen the placement.
Um, it kind of is and it kind of isn't because the 4 acres is next door and it's a part of it runs through there too. But it's kind of not in the middle, but it's like along the lines.
Okay, and that's the civil engineer is gonna come in, right? So so wherever those poles are, it's his job to position the development around that pole so you can still get the highest and best use in your buildable space.
Okay.
Yeah, so no matter where they are, the civil engineer is gonna have to tweak the site plan to where you're still good to go with your development.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'll get back to you on where exactly it is. If it's, I don't think it's in the middle, but I know it's like, I'll have to do a drone. I need to get a drone out there.
Yeah, that'll be good too. I'm glad you said that. It's definitely worth it investing in a drone, especially when you're working with as many acres as you are with 33 acres. That way you can get an aerial view of everything. You know, the surveyors don't tell you a lot, but ain't nothing like that drone where you can actually see. And you need to, if you're gonna move forward with this, you need to study this property, like study everything about it. So
Uh-huh.
get the drone footage. Let me know. Drop it back in the chat. Let me know what the polls are. And I think you're gonna be getting on the call with them in the morning to clear up some issues with the clarification of 8 homes per acre or 10 townhomes per acre, and then we can kind of go from there.
Okay. Now, how much should I be paying myself on this? Because I don't want to be building 5%.
5% of what it costs to build, not the ARV. So let's say if it costs you 33 acre, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw out a number. Let's say if it costs you 20 million to build this development. So you do 20 million times 5%, which is what? What is that? What's that? 10? No, that's a million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a million. So yeah, I mean that's what it is. That's the developer's fee. You getting paid a million. And what I also do, I'll drop how my pro forma looks, so you can kind of see what to put in there. And I also drop y'all this template in there too. Uh, so y'all can kind of see and start plugging. Now you can start plugging and playing and underwriting your deal as you go. I mean, a lot of this gonna be guesstimation. Because it's hard to gauge soft costs. Like I said, my architect charged me 50. Your architect might charge 30. I mean, he's doing different things. So, if you don't have a lot of different elevations, you might only want 3 elevations or 5. So it's different stuff that goes into it.
Okay. Now, how many acres should I start developing at a time? That part is what makes me nervous because I'm like, if I'm getting funding for this, that means monthly payments is going to start.
Right. Yeah. So, um, if you're building, I mean, I would do it per probably every 5 acres and do it like that. So every 5 acres was that 50 townhomes. If you're doing 10
Yeah.
so I will build them in phases. I'll do 50 at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. That way you don't get killed on that holding cost.
Okay. Now, how much am I supposed to be? Because when I spoke to a local developer, he told me for the infrastructure, I could put 10% down and then we can do like net 90 terms, right? That's what he told me.
So you can pay every 90 days.
Yeah. But because I'm not doing it out of pocket, I got to make sure that align with the funding that I'm going to get.
Yeah. I mean, put that in your budget. So they're gonna fund you, just put it in your budget. Hey, that's a line item. 10% of the infrastructure, and then every 90 days you gotta pay whatever amount that is. I would also put that on the budget. Cause I mean, they will if they're gonna approve you, they're gonna approve you for what you wrote up. So make sure you put that in the budget.
Okay. I guess I need to see what this. Do you have a sample budget I can look at?
My budget is basically the pro forma, and then I'll get a budget from a GC. But I'll send you a budget, but it's really just line items. But
Okay, okay.
yeah, because it's like my infrastructure cost is gonna be like, if you look at my budget, it'll say infrastructure 300,000, but it's like yours gonna be way different. But I'll drop a budget in there so you can kind of see it, but it's really just line items, horizontal.
Okay.
and then a number and what item it is.
Okay. So I called one of your lenders. I called some of the lenders on the list, and I did find a lender that said that he can do 100% financing on the property if I have some land as collateral.
Which lender was that?
Dang. I'm gonna text you the info once I look at my notes. I don't have it in front of me.
No, that's fine. Just because I know a lot of people took that 100% off the table, and I'm trying to do some townhomes. I'm only, but with Corey that's in the group, and a lot of people have taken that 100% off the table.
Oh,
yeah. Put it to the side so they come back out with it. Because we already own the land and we don't got no holding costs. So, my whole thing is to keep as much money in my pocket as possible because I got all these other deals going on. Now, once South Park closes, I mean, it don't matter. We can put up to 50. I mean, we can put that up now, but we putting all our effort into that one, trying to close.
Okay.